nights feel brighter without meaning. Yeah, this is one of them. Silver lines across the skyline, painting dreams on tinted glass. You and I once chased the sunrise down the roads where taxis passed. Every rooftop had a secret, every whisper had a spark. Now I sit here with the quiet, letting neon flood the dark. Cold espresso on the table, half a song stuck in my head. Funny how a simple evening holds the words we never said. When the night begins to shimmer, you appear behind the glow. All the colors blur together, making places only we would know. Neon sky, you light the memories I try to hide. Every shade of blue, every red lamplight pulls me back to the warmth those nights. Neon sky, you keep the pieces of our last goodbye. If you're drifting too, if your heart runs dry, follow the signs in the neon sky. Crosswalk blinking like a heartbeat, steady rhythm in the rain. I can almost hear you calling through the music on the train. Sneakers soak from all this wandering, yet the city feels like home. Only when your life returns here do I feel less alone. Windows glowing in the distance, silhouettes of borrowed lives. I imagine you behind them, finding ways to stay alive. Even if you found another quiet voice to match your own, know that somewhere in this city I still keep your shadows close. Neon sky, you light the memories I tried to hide. Every shade of blue, every red lamplight pulls me back to the warmth those nights. Neon sky, you keep the pieces of our last goodbye. If you're drifting too, if your heart runs dry, follow the signs in the neon sky. Maybe we were meant to wander, just to find ourselves again. Maybe love is like a city, hard to leave and hard to stay in. I still walk the streets you favored, every turn recalls your name. Even if the years divide us, something in me stays the same. I'm not asking you to come back, just hoping you remember where the lights once led us. Neon sky, even when my days are running dry, you revive the glow, you revive the fire, hidden under layers of lost time. Neon sky, guide the heart that learned too slow to try. If the night is long, if the tears run high, I'll still be here under the neon sky. Neon sky, keep the echoes of our last goodbye. window can hold more memories than a whole city.
Through the blue-tinted window, I watch the city breathe tonight. Shadows dancing on the pavement, car lights drifting left and right. This was where you used to linger, tracing hearts in fogged up glass. Every laugh you left behind me hits like echoes from the past. The kettle whistles softly, but I barely hear a thing. Only memories getting louder with the quiet that they bring. Every color of the evening feels like pieces of your smile, and the glow across the buildings holds your warmth for just a while. Blue window, you keep the moments only we would know. Every fragile dream, every whispered hope still lingers gently in your fading glow. Blue window, you trace the shape of how I let you go. If you're wandering too, if you're feeling low, come find me here at the blue window. Steam is rising from the airport as the fog rolls down the street. I remember watching airplanes while your hand stayed wrapped in mine. You would point at every skyline, say the world was ours to chase. Now the only thing I'm holding is the ghost of your embrace. I replay your final footsteps like a song stuck in a loop. Every corner of this room still smells like something we once grew. Even if you don't remember half the promises we made, I still keep them in the sunlight that your shadow used to shade. Blue window, you keep the moments only we would know. Every fragile dream, every whispered hope still lingers gently in your fading glow. Blue window, you trace the shape of how I let you go. If you're wandering too, if you're feeling low, come find me here at the blue window. All the nights you stayed beside me feel like chapters from a book that I read too fast to notice all the reasons you withdrew. I can't blame you for the distance, not all stories end the same, but I'll hold the perfect endings in the corners of your name.
If you ever stand by a window, I hope the light feels like home.
Blue window, even when the world feels soft and slow, you reflect the pieces that I still outgrow. But somehow I return when the nights get cold. Blue window, guide me through the parts I never show. If you see me fall, if I lose my glow, shine me a path through the blue window. Blue window, hold the memories of our afterglow. If you ever miss the life we used to know, you'll find me here by the blue window. Every sound tonight feels a little like you. Footsteps fade into the pavement, same old rhythm of the night. Every echo down the alley sounds like you're just out of sight. You would hum along the streetcars, turn their noise into a tune. Now the city hums without you, different songs, same lonely moon. Passing headlights paint their patterns on the curtains of my floor. Every shape becomes a memory of the nights we wish for more. And the breeze between the buildings feels like whispers in my ear, carrying a distant echo of the things I long to hear. City echo, calling me back to the love I used to know. Every passing voice, every afterglow sounds like a secret only we could hold. City echo, leading me through truths I never show. If you feel the pull, if the memories grow, follow the sound of the city echo. You would stop for every busker, smile at songs you'd never heard, claim the universe was hidden in a single spoken word. We would wander through the markets, buying trinkets made of glass, saying someday when we're older we'd remember nights like that. Now the vendors close their windows and the music slowly dies, but the echoes of our laughter still live under city skies. Even when the hours tremble and the world feels out of tune, I can hear you in the spaces where the night becomes a room. City echo, calling me back to the love I used to know. Every passing voice, every afterglow sounds like a secret only we could hold. City echo, leading me through truths I never show. If you feel the pull, if the memories grow, follow the sound of the city echo. Maybe love is made of echoes of the things we shouldn't say, of the nights we can't repeat now, of the hearts we let decay. Still I walk these crowded sidewalks, listening for signs of you, 'cause the city keeps on whispering things I wish were still the truth. If you ever hear your name in the wind, it might be me. City echo, bringing me back to places we go. Even if the years push fast or slow, you're still the rhythm I can't let go. City echo, guiding me through highs and depths below. If the night feels wide and the memories grow, trust in the sound of the city echo.
Some seats never warm again. After the person leaves.
Train on slowly through the tunnel, faint reflections in the glass. I can feel the weight of evenings that we watch together pass. You would sit beside me softly, let your shoulder lean on mine. Tracing patterns on the window like the world was yours to sign. Now the seat across is empty, cold as every quiet night. Funny how a simple silence holds the things we couldn't write. And the motion of the railway feels like echoes you once made, fading gently into shadows where our promises were laid. Cold sea, where the warmth you left refuses to repeat. Every passing light, every rolling beat feels like a memory stuck on repeat. Cold sea, holding all the words we can't complete. If you feel the pull through the city's heartbeat, find your way back to this cold seat. We would ride through hidden districts, watch the city fall asleep, sharing secrets in the pauses where the rails were running deep. You would point at blurred horizons, say the night felt soft and wide, call the world a moving canvas when you held me by your side. Now the train feels unfamiliar, strangers humming quiet songs, but the cold seat keeps on whispering how our love went on too long. Even if the wheels keep turning, even if the years move fast, every empty space beside me still reflects our broken past. Cold sea, where the warmth you left refuses to repeat. Every passing light, every rolling beat feels like a memory stuck on repeat. Cold sea, holding all the words we can't complete. If you feel the pull through the city's heartbeat, find your way back to this cold sea. Sharpen what we're losing, springs reveal the hearts that bleed. Still the sound of metal breathing moves in rhythms we once knew, and the cold seat stays unspoken like the last goodbye from you. If you ever miss the way we moved, this seat remembers. Cold seat, guarding all the truths we can't delete. Even if the night feels incomplete,
Come find me here on the cold sea, holding shadows beautifully discreet. If your heart grows tired or your soul repeats, I'll be waiting in this cold sea. In this cold sea. Cold sea.
Some lines run too deep to fade, even when you do. Subway rumbling in the distance, soft vibrations through the floor. I can feel the quiet tension of a life we had before. You would lean against the window, draw a heart with foggy hands, say the world was ours for taking. Love was something we could plan. Now the tunnels feel much colder, echoes drifting without aim, and the line beneath the city still repeats your fading name. Every signal in the darkness feels like something we once knew. Somewhere in the humming shadows, I can still make out your truth. Deep line running where our stories intertwine. Every quiet hum, every subtle sign feels like a memory you left behind. Deep line tracing every fault I can't define. If you hear the tracks whisper in time, meet me again on this deep line. Metro lights flicker softly, painting ghosts across the rail. I can hear your tired breathing in the rhythm of the trail. You would laugh at all the strangers, sharing moments without choice. Say that life was made of glimpses found between a passing noise. Now Now the car feels half abandoned, empty seats and muted glow, but the echoes of your footsteps still remind me where to go. Even when the train grows distant, even when the world seems blind, there's a quiet pulse within me, moving in that old design. Deep line, running where our stories intertwine. Every quiet hum, every subtle sign feels like a memory you left behind. Deep line, tracing every fault I can't define. If you hear the tracks whisper in time, meet me again on this deep line. Maybe love begins in transit, lost in places we don't see, shaped by moments between stations, where we dare to just be free. Still the city keeps on breathing, still the tracks beneath me sigh, and I swear I feel you linger in the rails that pass me by. If the train calls your name tonight, I'll follow. Deep line, carrying the weight of our design. Even if the years pour out the spine, you're the beat that keeps me in the line. Deep line, where our fragile hopes still align. If tomorrow breaks or the stars resign, meet me once more on this deep line. Deep line, hold the echoes of our shared timeline. If your heart grows tired of the climb, you'll find me here on the deep line. Some lines fade, but they always leave a mark. Dim light falling on the crosswalk, brushes quietly through the scene. Every stripe across the asphalt feels like places we have been. You would hold my hand at nightfall, guide me gently through the rain. Say the city blurred together when we try to hide our pain. Now the roadway feels much wider, empty footsteps echo through, and the fading painted edges draw a map footsteps in the dark, letting midnight write our stories in a language made of sparks. You would draw a heart on windows, say it looked like something real, even though we both were broken in the ways we couldn't heal. Now the crosswalk holds our echoes, marks erased by time and rain, but the line you used to follow still burns softly in my brain. Even if the dawn approaches, even if the truth unwinds, I can feel the night, remember where you left your quiet signs. Fading line, where our shadows used to intertwine. Every crack, white mark, every subtle sign pulls me gently back to what was mine. Fading line, stretching through the city's grand design. If you lose your way or the night declines, meet me again on the fading line. Maybe love is made of moments painted softly on the ground, like the crosswalks we kept crossing just to feel a little found. Still the lamps above are glowing, still the silence knows your name, and the fading line between us feels like love that stayed the same. If the street remembers you, I hope you remember me. Fading line, carry all the hope we left behind. Even if the world keeps redesigned, you're the place my scattered thoughts align. Fading line, where our days and nights would both combine. If tomorrow breaks or the stars decline, come find me here at the fading line. Fading line, ooh, ooh. Fading line, ooh, ooh. Fading Some nights feel like they're made of glass, breakable and too honest. Streetlights shimmer on the crosswalk, like reflections on a lake. Every step feels like a memory I'm too tired now to fake. You would walk beside me slowly, touch the storefront glass and smile, say the city looked much softer if we stayed a little while. Now the sidewalks feel like questions I don't know the words to name, and the glass around the evening shows a world I can't reclaim, and the faint hum of the buildings feels like whispers in the night holding pieces of a moment where our hearts first learned to write. Glass night, fragile like the love we couldn't write. Every burnout lamp, every fading sight takes me back to when your hands held tight. Last night, breaking all the dreams you left in flight. If your heart still aches when the world turns quiet, meet me again in this glass night. We would wander towards the river, watch reflections ripple slow, count the colors in the water till the sea let us go. You would say that nighttime honesty made the truth too hard to keep, and that love could be as fragile as a whisper in our sleep. Now I stand beneath the towers where our promises once stayed, and I see our silhouettes there, two soft shadows unafraid. Even if the past feels shattered, even if the shards still sting, all the broken shapes remind me of the hope we used to bring. Last night, fragile like the love we couldn't write. Every burnt out lamp, every fading sight takes me back to when your hands held tight. Last night, breaking all the dreams you left in flight. If your heart still aches when the world turns quiet, meet me again in this glass night. Maybe love is made of pieces that we lose along the way. Maybe nights like this can't hold them, though our hearts have gone astray. Still the city keeps on glowing, painting fractures on my skin, and the night made out of crystal whispers where we could have been. If tonight feels fragile, you're not alone. Last night, let the broken truth still guide our sight. Even if the years pull us in tonight, you're the shard that still reflects my light. Last night, hold the fading warmth we used to write. If tomorrow falls or our fears ignite, find me again in this glass night. Glass night, where our memories still burn bright. Soft and fractured, wrong and right, I'll be waiting in the glass night.
bending at the corner, casting gold along the lane. I can feel the night unfolding like a quiet, gentle pain. You would hold my hand at crosswalks, laugh about the way I'd freeze, say the world looked more forgiving when we let the moment breathe. Now the turn ahead feels heavier, like a truth I can't outrun. And the last bend of the evening tells me where your steps begin. Even when the night stays silent, even when the night stays silent, even when the winds don't shift, even when the winds don't shift, I can feel the fading echo of a love I couldn't live. Last turn, where the roads divide and the memories burn. Every amber glow, every soft return feels like a lesson I still learn. Last turn, tracing shadows caught in your concern. If you miss the sound of the world we earn, meet me again at the last turn. Ooh, meet me again at the last turn. You would talk about the future like it lived around the bend. Say the journey didn't matter, only where our hearts would end. We would follow crooked pathways, painting dreams that felt unreal. But the magic in your whisper made the darkest corners heal. Now the road is dim and quiet, just a line of broken light. But the last turn still remembers how you held me through the night. Even if the truth feels distant, even if the truth feels distant, even if the stars don't guide, even if the stars don't guide, there's a pulse inside the pavement where our story still resides. Oh, last turn, where the roads divide and the memories burn. Every amber glow, every soft return feels like a lesson I still can. Last turn, tracing shadows caught in your concern. If you miss the sound of the world we earn, meet me again at the last turn. Maybe love is made of moments thrown like coins into the dark, hoping fate will draw a circle back to where we lit the spark. Still the city holds your echoes, still the lamplight paints your name. And the last turn where you left me feels like something still the same. If we ever meet again, it'll be here. Last turn, keeping every story we differed. Even if the years blur out the word, you're the truth my scattered heart inferred. Last turn, guard the pieces time has gently stirred. If tomorrow breaks, all the doubts concur, I'll be waiting at the last turn. Hold the dreams I couldn't quite preserve. If your heart grows tender or your hopes return, come find me at the last turn. Ooh. At the last turn. Ooh. Too late for coffee, too early to forget you.
Steam curls from the cup, a quiet ribbon in the dark. Every sip reminds me of the nights when you trace my skin like art. The cafe's nearly empty now, chairs stacked, floors almost clean. But the silence feels familiar, like the pauses in between. I stir the spoon a little longer, as if sweetness might return. But some flavors, like our memories, are too bittersweet to learn. And the neon through the window paints a glow across my face, just the way your laughter used to fill the silence of this place. Late coffee, keeping me awake with what you left for me. Every single drop tastes like history, lingering with quiet honesty. Late coffee, I feel your warmth in every memory. If tonight you think of what we used to be, meet me here with a late coffee. These tables hold our stories, ink from pens and spilled red wine. You would fold your little napkins into shapes you claimed were mine. You talk about tomorrow, about homes and distant lights. I would sit and watch you shimmer like a movie in the night. Now the barista's wiping counters, and I'm trapped between the past and the version of tomorrow where your hands no longer grasp. Even though we lost the rhythm in the chorus of our song, every verse we made together still feels beautiful and strong. Late coffee, keeping me awake with what you left for me. Every single drop tastes like history, lingering with quiet honesty. Late coffee, I feel your warmth in every memory. If tonight you think of what we used to be, meet me here with a late coffee. Maybe love is just a moment caught between the dark and dawn. Maybe I was holding tighter to a dream already gone. But the smell of roasted evenings and the warmth you left behind bring me back to cozy corners where your heartbeat matched with mine. If you ever pass this street again, you'll know the door that's still open. Late coffee keeps the softest parts of you with me. Every quiet night, every memory feels like a cup I can't set free. Late coffee brings alive the heart you used to see. If the city calls, if you ache like me, find your way with a late coffee. Late coffee. Where our past and future used to meet. Even if the world moves differently, I'll be here with a late coffee. street just changed when you left. Neon flickers over shadows, cold wind dancing down the lane. Every storefront feels familiar, every step repeats your name. You would glide beside me softly, hand in pocket, smile half shy, saying streets look more forgiving if we walk them side by side. Now the corners feel deserted, even crowds can't fill the space. And the lost street where you left me still remembers your embrace. Every lamppost hums a secret, every sign recalls a truth, that the street became a memory of the nights I spent with you. Lost street, where the echoes and the footfalls meet. Every fading glow with shuffled beat feels like the ghost of your heartbeat. Lost street, carrying the past beneath my feet. If the night grows cold or your hopes retreat, find your way back to this lost street. You would talk about beginnings, how the city made you brave, how the quiet in abandoned roads was the peace you always craved. We would stop at every crosswalk just to feel the moment slow, letting silence tell its stories in the places only we know. Now I linger by the alleys where your laughter used to bloom, but the echoes fall like raindrops into shadows filled with gloom. Even if the night grows deeper, even if the dusk won't speak, I can feel the old street breathing in the cracks beneath my feet. Lost street, where the echoes and the footfalls meet. Every fading glow, every shuffled beat feels like the ghost of your heartbeat. Lost street, carrying the past beneath my feet. If the night grows cold or your hopes retreat, find your way back to this lost street. Maybe love is made of detour, paths we took but never planned. Every wrong turn still reminding of the maps we drew by hand. Still the city holds your imprint, still the lamplight strokes your hair, and the lost street where you left me feels like you're still standing there. If this street ever calls your name, it'll be me. Lost street, hold the memories tender, bittersweet. Even if the world grows incomplete, you're the rhythm of me's lost street. Lost street, got me where our yesterdays repeat. If tomorrow hurts or the doubts compete, come find me here on this lost street, where our shadows learn to meet. If the night grows numb or the tears deplete, I'll be waiting on this lost street.
Some nights even the signal between us feels too faint. Static humming through the window, faint blue glow across the floor. I keep checking for a message that you're not sending anymore. You would laugh about reception, hold the phone up toward the sky, say the universe was listening even when it passed us by. Now the screen feels cold and distant, notifications lost to dust, and the lost signal between us holds the echoes of our trust. Every flicker in the shadows feels like something you might send, and the quiet in the corner feels like words we didn't end. Low signal, where the quiet breaks but never fills. Every frozen note, every standing still feels like your voice hiding in the chill. Low signal, reaching for the love we couldn't build. If the night grows dark, if your heart stands still, I'll be waiting on this low signal. Low signal. I remember all the evenings when your voice would guide me home. Even whispers through the static never made me feel alone. We would talk until the sunrise, share our fears in gentle tones, sending secrets through the airwaves like the night was ours alone. Now the towers hum in silence and the network feels undone, but my heart still sends a message to the place where you're the one. Even if the bars grow weaker, even if the call won't ring, there's a pulse inside the signal where your name still means a thing. Low signal, where the quiet breaks but never fills. Every frozen note, every standing still feels like your voice hiding in the chill. Low signal, reaching for the love we couldn't build. If the night grows dark, if your heart stands still, I'll be waiting on this low signal. Maybe love is made of fragments, broken codes we can't decode, messages we never finished on a half-forgotten road. Still the city hums around me, still the towers blink above, and the low signal between us feels like faint but steady love. If you ever reach for me, I'll answer, even in a static. Low signal, carry all the truths we used to spill. Even if the noise grows sharp and shrill, you're the voice that shakes me gently still. Low signal, guide me where the night grows soft and still. If tomorrow aches or the shadows fill, find your way back through the low signal. Low signal.
Same window, same city, but it feels different without you. Neon rivers on the pavement, cars go by like quiet waves. On my glass a fading halo from the cigarette you'd always save. You would lean against this window, tracing pictures in the steam, talking soft about tomorrow like it was a simple dream. Now the coffee's getting colder, but I let the record play just to hear a distant echo of the words I didn't say. Every shadow on the ceiling draws your outline in its glow, and I swear I feel you breathing in the spaces only I still know. Under these midnight lights, the city looks the same, but I don't feel right. Every passing car, every traffic sign turns into a memory of when you were mine. Under these midnight lights, I replay our laughs and our stupid fights. If you ever miss this view tonight, follow the glow of the midnight lights. Street musicians on the corner play a lazy minor tune. I can hear you hum along there like you used to in this room. You pretend to be a singer, holding bottles like a mic, dance around my crooked table till we both forgot the time. Now the rhythm's kinda empty, but I move my feet alone, trying not to drown in pictures of a life we might have grown. I could call you just to listen to the silence on the line, but I'm scared that all you'll offer is a heart no longer mine. Under these midnight lights, the city looks the same, but I don't feel right. Every passing car, every traffic sign turns into a memory of when you were mine. Under these midnight lights, I replay our laughs and our stupid fights. If you ever miss this view tonight, follow the glow of the midnight lights. Maybe you're out there on some other crowded street, wearing someone else's jacket, keeping someone else's seat. Do the train lines sound like music? Does the rainfall make you stay? Do you think of me in fragments when the night won't go away? 'Cause I'm still here at the window where our stories used to start, with the skyline as a witness to the slow fade of your heart. I raise my glass to the empty chair, to the words I lost, to the nights you're not here. Under these midnight lights, I'm learning how to lose you one more night. Every yellow cab, every hallway sign feels like it was painted just across my mind. Under these midnight lights, I forgive your wrongs and I own my lies. If you ever miss this heart of mine, you'll find it here in the midnight lights. Under these midnight lights, I'm still half alive and half goodbyes. If tomorrow brings a different sky, I'll still be here where our shadows lie. So I pull the curtain slowly, let the city fade from view, but the glow behind my eyelids still draws everything to you. Midnight lights keep soft softly burning on the days you used to know. If you ever feel like coming back, you'll see them from the road. Draws a line between what stayed and what left. Silver light across the railing, faint reflections on the floor. Nights like this feel nearly sacred, quiet I can't find anymore. You would trace the moonlit shadows on my arm like fragile art. Say the night was made for dreaming if we listen with our heart. Now the sky feels slightly distant, as if something slipped away, like the line the moon is drawing isn't meant for me to stay. And the stillness on the ceiling feels like you're about to speak, though the only voice remaining is the silence we both keep. Moonlight, drawing every truth I tried to hide. Every silver stroke, every gentle glide pulls me back into the place we cried. Moonlight, you remind me where our hearts align. If you drift tonight through the city's shine, meet me again at the moonline. There's a street we used to wander when the air was warm and kind, where the lanterns swayed like secrets we were scared to leave behind. You would tell me constellations look like roads we couldn't see, and I laughed because the stars made you softer next to me. Now the shadows fall like curtains on the stories we outgrew, but the moonlight on my window still connects me back to you. Even when the world grows colder, even when the sky feels far, there's a pulse inside the moonlight beating where our memories are. Moonlight, drawing every truth I try to hide. Every silver stroke, every gentle glide pulls me back into the place we cried. Moonlight, you remind me where our hearts align. If you drift tonight through the city shine, meet me again at the moonlight. Maybe love is made of moments we can see but never keep. Maybe light can break a heartbreak, that's been buried way too deep. Still the moon climbs down the towers, painting tides across my skin. Every shimmer feels like something you would whisper to let in. If the moonlight finds you, you'll feel me too. Moonlight guiding me through spaces undefined. Even if the years pull us out of time, you're the place my faded hope aligns. Moonlight, hold the memories I can't confine. If tomorrow shakes or the stars resign, meet me once more at the softly pulling heart to heart with mine. If the night is still in the distance, fine, I'll wait for you at the moonlight. The night breeze, it still carries your name. Soft wind sliding through the alleys, pulling whispers from the past. Every rooftop holds a memory that I wanted ours to last. I can hear your quiet humming in the rustle of the trees. Funny how the world remembers every sound you made with ease. Traffic hums like lazy rivers, flowing gently through the globe. And the breeze that brushes by me feels like places we would go. Even when the world stops turning, even when I'm standing still, every breeze across the city moves me toward the place you feel. Night breeze blowing through the memories I keep. Every gentle sound, every secret plea feels like a voice coming back to me. Night breeze carrying the love I couldn't release. If you feel the pull, if your heart agrees, meet me again in the night breeze. Passing headlights paint the windows like a canvas made of gold. You would trace those shapes with fingers, calling every outline home. Now the sidewalks feel much wider, empty signals in the dark, but the breeze still holds your laughter like an echo leaving marks. There's a hum of distant music from a rooftop bar nearby. It
reminds me how you sway there, as if the stars were yours to try. Even if the night grows colder, even if we lose our way, every sigh between the buildings still repeats your name each day. Night breeze blowing through the memories I keep. Every gentle sound, every secret plea feels like a voice coming back to me. Night breeze carrying the love I couldn't release. If you feel the pull, if your heart agrees, meet me again in the night breeze. Yeah, oh, maybe love is made of moments that we breathe but never claim. Maybe we were just a story stuck between the loss and blame. Still the breeze moves through the city, tracing lines across my skin, like the touch I still remember of the night you let me in. If the wind feels familiar tonight, that's me missing you. Night breeze leading me through everything I breathe. If the past comes back with a quiet ease, I'll let it swirl with the night breeze. Night breeze carrying the parts of you I need. Even if we change, even if we bleed, some love survives in the night breeze. Night breeze hold the echoes of our memories. If tomorrow hurts or the daylight flees, I'll wait for you in the night breeze. Every open lane feels like a chance to remember or to forget. Midnight traffic growing lighter, all the red lights start to fade. I can feel the quiet freedom in the choices we once made. You would ride with windows open, let the cool night kiss your skin. Say the city felt like flying if we let the breeze come in. Now I take these empty highways, tracing shadows on the dash, watching memories like headlights disappear and then come back. And the hum beneath the engine feels like whispers from the past, pulling pieces of your laughter through the moments we made last. Open lane, where the past and present blur again. Every mile I cross, every soft refrain feels like your voice running through my veins. Open lane, carrying the weight of joy and pain. If you miss the nights we couldn't contain, find your way back on this open lane. You would talk about forever,
like a promise in the air. Paint the future on your window, 'cause you hated empty care. We would chase the neon places we pretended we belonged, sing the songs we barely heard right, didn't matter if it's wrong. Now the radio is whispering things we never got to say, and the open lane keeps calling for the ones who walked away. Even if the world grows distant, even if the roads divide, something in the quiet highway feels like you're still by my side. Open lane, where the past and present blur again. Every mile I cross, every soft refrain feels like your voice running through my veins. Open lane, carrying the weight of joy and pain. If you miss the nights we couldn't contain, find your way back on this open lane. Maybe love was always restless, never learned to stay in place. Maybe all the miles between us hold the shape of your embrace. Still the headlights stretch before me, endless paths we used to trace, and the wind still says your name like it's a truth I can't replace. If you ever need somewhere to run, you know the road. Open lane, let the memories fall like gentle rain. Even if the years leave a deeper stain, you're the mark I've learned to love again. Open lane, where the heart relearns its old terrain. If tomorrow hurts or dreams feel vain, come find me here on the open every passing car feels like a version of us driving away. Headlights sweep across the bedroom, soft and silent on the wall. I can feel the night unravel, like it's trying not to fall. You would count the passing vehicles as we laid beneath the sheets. Say the world felt less chaotic when you matched your breath to me. Now the roads seem full of strangers, every engine hums your tune, and the cars glide by in shadows, like a memory gone too soon. All the echoes of the freeway carry whispers of your name, and the stillness in the window never quite feels like the same. Passing cars, rolling through the silence of our scars. Every fleeting light, every drifting spark feels like the trace of who we are. Passing cars, moving through the night like broken stars. If the noise feels warm from wherever you are, you'll find me watching the passing cars. We would talk until the morning, with the curtains barely drawn, sharing secrets with the darkness, just to make the night feel long. I can hear your distant laughter in the rumble on the street, like the sound of promised futures that our hearts forgot to keep. Now I'm wide awake and waiting for a sign that never showed, but the rhythm of the roadway still remembers how you glowed. Even if the wheels keep turning, even if the dawn grows near, there's a pulse inside the engine that reminds me you were here. Passing cars, rolling through the silence of our scars. Every fleeting light, every drifting spark feels like the trace of who we are. Passing cars, moving through the night like broken stars. If the noise feels warm from wherever you are, you'll find me watching the passing cars. Maybe love was made of small things, little sounds and little signs. Maybe all the quiet moments were the ones that drew our lines. Still the lights flash through the window, still the engines breathe in tune, and I swear I feel you near me every time they split the gloom.
If a car reminds you of me, just let it.
Passing cars carry all the echoes from afar. Even if the years feel sharp or bizarre, you're the hum beneath my beating heart. Passing cars guide me when the nights feel cold and sparse. If tomorrow wakes or the dreams depart, find your way back through the passing cars. The passing car. this room stayed the same. I'm the one who changed. Dim light drifting through the curtains, soft dust dancing in the air. Everything is still and quiet, like the world forgot it's there. Your old sweater on the bedside still holds something of your skin, even though it's been a season. Every breath feels like you've been. I can hear your gentle laughter in the spaces left behind. Rooms remember love in echoes. Some are soft and some are blind. And the sunlight on the carpet falls exactly where you stood, as if time refused to scatter all the ways you made this good. Quiet room, holding all the ghosts of what we went through. Every tender mark, every gentle clue still reminds me of the warmth in you. Quiet room, keeping every dream we tried to bloom. If your heart feels lost or the nights resume, find your way back to this quiet room. Your old journal on the table still has pages left to write. Every time I try to open, I feel you leaning in into sight. You would talk about the future like it fit between your hands. Trace forever on my shoulder, like the world was ours to plan. Oh, now the silence feels like music. Ooh, from a record left on pause. Ooh, still in tune but never playing. Frozen love without a cause. Even though the seasons wander, even though the colors fade, I still keep the smallest moments in the places we once made. Quiet room, holding all the ghosts of what we went through. Every tender mark, every gentle clue still reminds me of the warmth in you. Quiet room, keeping every dream we tried to bloom. If your heart feels lost or the nights resume, find your way back to this quiet room. Maybe leaving was your healing, and maybe distance fixed your heart. Maybe quiet rooms are fragile, break too easily apart. Still the shadows on the ceiling move like memories you made, and the echo of your breathing never seems to truly fade. If the silence feels familiar, it's because I kept it warm. Quiet room, sheltering the parts of me you knew. Even if the world becomes brand new, I still belong to where you grew. Quiet room, let the fading light become a bloom. If tomorrow hurts or the doubts consume, come rest with me
A slow drive was always our way to breathe. Streetlights bending through the windshield. Rain is tapping quiet notes. Every mile reminds me softly of the words stuck in our throats. You will lean your head toward me, humming songs you barely knew, tracing rivers on the window as the city blurred from view. And now I'm driving past the highway where your laughter used to live, feeling every passing moment. Take a little more to give, and the echo of your breathing lingers somewhere in the night, like a fading piece of music, still refusing to take flight. Slow drive, rolling through the shadows of our storyline. Every quiet turn feels like a sign, pulling me back to when you were mine. Oh, slow drive, I hear your heartbeat in the freeway lights. If you feel the pull, if the past feels right, meet me again on a slow drive. There's a gas station on 7th where we used to stop for air, buy a drink we never finished, share a kiss we couldn't spare. You'd adjust the busted speaker, let the static fill the space, saying music isn't perfect, it's the flaws that make it grace. Now the radio is empty, just a hum without your voice. Funny how these little moments used to feel like our best choice. Even when the city quiets, even when the wheels slow down, I can feel the ghost beside me, like a heartbeat lost but found. Slow drive, rolling through the shadows of our storyline. Every quiet turn feels like a sign, pulling me back to when you were mine. Oh, slow drive, I hear your heartbeat in the freeway lights. If you feel the pull, if the past feels right, meet me again on a slow drive. Maybe love was made of side roads we were scared to take too far. Maybe we were better broken than pretending who we are. Still I breathe the scent of winter, still I trace the fading lines on the roads I knew our secrets, where your hand once covered mine.
you ever miss those empty roads, I'm still driving them.
Funny. Taxis always reminded me of you leaving.
Yellow lights along the curbside, engines humming through the rain. Every cab that slows beside me feels like you're arriving again. You would wave down evening taxis with a grin you couldn't hide. Pull me in with gentle fingers till our worlds were intertwined. Now I stand here on the corner, watching headlights blur and fade, thinking maybe you'll return here on a night we once remade. Every turn across the city feels like footsteps I still chase. Even silence in the traffic holds the warmth of your embrace. Soft taxi, carrying the shadows of our memory. Every open door feels like destiny, calling back the parts you left in me. Soft taxi, rolling through a quiet reverie. If the night gets cold, if your heart breaks free, come back to me in a soft taxi. I remember midnight windows, fog and music in the air. You'd pretend the city loved you more than anyone could dare. We would share a single headphone, let our pulses match the beat. Every ride felt like a lifetime with your hand across my seat. Now the drivers greet me softly, ask if someone's joining too. I just smile and say another, like my heart's still saving you. Even if you found a harbor, even if you've sealed the past, know the streets still hum your rhythm every time the meters flash. Soft taxi, carrying the shadows of our memory. Every open door feels like destiny, calling back the parts you left in me. Soft taxi, drifting through a quiet reverie. If the night gets cold, if your heart breaks free, come back to me in a soft taxi. Baby, love is like a journey that we tried to take too slow. Maybe we were made of detours that we never let you know. But the city keeps on glowing and the wheels keep turning fast, and my heart keeps catching glimpses of the moments we made last. If a taxi reminds you of us, just follow it back. Soft taxi, driving through the corners of my grief. Every quiet mile, every street I see shows a memory you left in me. Soft taxi, moving like a half-forgotten dream. If you miss my voice or the life we dreamed, trace your way home in a soft taxi. Soft taxi. Soft taxi. Soft taxi. Hold the pieces of our history. If tomorrow hurts, if the night runs deep, I'll wait for you in a soft taxi.
I thought sleep would help, but it only brings you closer.
Lights are flickering on the ceiling. Clock keeps humming past its hour. I've been chasing every heartbeat like it's something I can't power. Your old sweater on the armchair holds the shape of where you'd rest. And the silence in this bedroom feels like pressure on my chest. I replay the quiet moments when your breathing matched my own. Now the rhythm's slightly broken, mine too steady, yours long gone. Even whispers in the darkness feel like echoes of your tone. And the moon outside the window shines the way you once had shown. Still awake, holding on to thoughts I shouldn't take. Every memory burns, every longing ache shows the shape of what we couldn't make. Still awake,
trace the lines of morning on my arm before the day, saying sunrise was a promise that our hearts would find a way. Now the dawn feels unfamiliar, painted in a colder hue, and the echoes in the hallway still pretend they're made of you. I've been pacing around the kitchen, making tea I never drink, hoping heat might clear the shadows where your memory tends to sink. Even if the clocks keep turning, even if the world moves on, there's a corner of my breathing where your heartbeat lingers strong. Still awake, holding on to thoughts I shouldn't take. Every memory burns, every longing ache, shows the shape of what we couldn't make. Still awake, counting all the reasons hearts can break. If the night feels long and the world opaque, find me here, 'cause I'm still awake. Maybe healing isn't quiet, maybe healing learns to wait. Maybe I'm the kind of person who still knocks on memory's gate. But the moonlight through the curtains makes your outline on the floor, and I swear if I don't breathe right, I'll believe you're at the door.
If you're awake too, you already know.
Still awake, chasing all the truths I can't remake. Even if the world begins to shake, you're the one my broken nights still take. Still awake, hoping sleep will give more than it takes. If tomorrow calls or the silence wakes, come find me where my heartbeat is. Still awake, learning how the lonely hours break. If you feel the pull of our own mistake, you'll find me still awake.
Still awake.